This is my first time doing this, so bear with me. Somebody said they wanted story time with 1SP. I guess I'll start off with my very first road trip. All right, my very first road trip. Since I love to go on road trips with my kids and my nephew and sometimes my brother, so I'll start off with my very first road trip. Okay, where to begin? I think I was about, obviously, probably 4 years old. But I know my brother was a toddler. My little brother was a toddler. Ike was real little. Ike is my little brother. He liked to be called Kilo. I'm just saying, DJ Kilo. One time, I might bring him up here. That's besides the point. So, yeah, my brother was a DJ too, but I ain't gonna get into that. My experience was, young. And we went to Alabama. We went to Alabama. And we all, my brother, me, and my grandmother and my grandmother's uncle, you know, my mom uncle, we called him Unc. Yeah, so we call him Unc. I see he was a reverend, and I get into more stories about him later on. But Unc, my grandmother, and my Aunt Villa, Uncle Kevin. My Uncle Kevin is my mom's brother. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff to take in. But yeah, my Aunt Villa is my grandmother's sister. And we went to Alabama. Alabama, you know, y'all seen me do vlogs of me being in Alabama. And we went to Alabama to see my grandmother's biological mother, and she was in Alabama. I don't really understand the gist of why we went to go see her. You know, like I said, I was young, but we went to go see her. And this was my first time on a road trip, to my knowledge. This was my first time remembering going on a road trip, and we went to Alabama. So we all gather in this car, and it's like 3 o'clock at night. It's on. I remember waking up and I'm forced in the car. I'm sitting in the front. I gotta read the map. Like 5 or 6, 4 years old, and I gotta read the map. And I remember the fried chicken. For some reason, I remember every time I go on the road trip with my grandmother, it's always fried chicken. I remember, you know, my grandma make, you know, heavenly fried chicken, and it was all dark meat. I don't know why, but it was all dark meat. I remember that. It was legs and thigh. Me now, I love white meat. I love white. You know, I love the breast and the wing a lot. I eat a leg if I have. I love the breast and the wing. But back to where I was. Oh, I love the whole chicken. I like to eat the whole chicken. If I can't have my pick out the breast and the wing, I love to eat the whole chicken. I like it boiled, you know, all together and deboned and all of that. I don't want to know which one is dark and which one is white. But back to where I was. We went there and we on the road and we're riding. It's not that many bathroom break stuff, I guess, because my grandma was young and my Aunt Villa was young and my Uncle Kevin, he you know, just became an adult. And yeah, we're driving, and I'm not driving, but I'm in the front seat reading the map. You know, the navigator. I stayed up all night and all day from 3 o'clock in the morning to the time we got there. And we rode to Johnsonville, I think. We rode to Johnsonville, Alabama. From Miami, we rode to Johnsonville. And this experience for me was amazing because I got to stay up and see all the sights. I was there for every gas stop, bathroom break that we had. Well, not bathroom break, but gas stop. I was up for that. And I got to see all the water in Florida that I've never ever seen before. This was my first time, you know, my window of like school and home than going to my mom's friend houses and church. This was my first time I saw that. I'm looking at all these waters and all of these amazing landmarks. I didn't know what Disney World was. I didn't know what none of this stuff. But we passed Disney World and we passed all that other stuff. We passed Orlando and weird names that I never even heard of. We passed every last one of them. And we made it, you know, past Pensacola, past all of those places, Tallahassee, all of those places. And we made it in Alabama. And when we made it in Alabama, it was cold. I've never felt any weather like this before. Freezing my butt off. I think it's the summer. And I'm freezing my butt off because I'm used to the Miami weather. We didn't pack for cold weather in Alabama. But one thing I do remember when we got into Alabama was that the road was not the same. The road was red. I was used to asphalt. And if it wasn't asphalt, I was used to gray dirt. Miami, the dirt is gray or black, or the soil is black or gray. Because of the asphalt and the gravel, it becomes gray. Because of the soil is more moist, it's gray there. But I wasn't used to the red dirt. I wasn't used to the red soil. And I've seen a lot of red soil in Alabama. That's another thing that I saw that was different. And another thing, I'm not going to tell you I'm not gonna tell you how my brother got spanking at 2 years old because he had 2 or 3 years old because he had to use the bathroom a lot. That's just the way it was on that road trip. Nowadays, when I do travel, pee before I leave, I make sure my kids pee and my nephew pee. We'll pull over. I don't like to pull over a lot, but if they really have to use the latrine, then I'll pull into a rest stop but my kids are trained. They're way better than me and my brother. They are way better because I started with them when they were young, and like with that, my youngest son, I started with him before he was even born. But yeah, that's story time with 1SP. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. It's time for a crusade. It's Tuesday. Let's get it.